You will need a Sharpie, brushes, watercolor or any medium you would like, and white paper. Plan out the placements of your pumpkins. I'm going to start out with a small one by drawing a smile and then a stem on top. Then I would do a large oval for the first segment, then alternating from the left to the right and left to the right, I'm going to draw curves around my oval to create some form. You can decide how large or small you would like your pumpkin to be by adding or stopping the number of curved lines. I plan on drawing another small pumpkin in the foreground, so I'm going to repeat the steps that I just did for my other pumpkin. I'm going to draw a big pumpkin behind my other two pumpkins, so whenever my line is about to touch the other pumpkins, I skip over it with an imaginary line and continue on to the bottom. I can decide how wide or narrow I would like my pumpkin to be depending on how many curved lines I put on either side of my original oval. When I'm happy with the size, I will draw the stem on top. I will draw two little bumps to show that my pumpkin is 3D because that's the part on the other side of the pumpkin. You can draw vines and leaves on your pumpkin to make it look like it was just freshly cut. Add random short lines on the ground to represent grass. Draw your horizon line, which is where it looks like the land meets up with the sky. Start on the left and draw an imaginary line through the pumpkin and continue on to the other side. Create different designs using your Sharpie for each segment of your pumpkin. Be sure to fill in your space as it will make your patterns look more interesting. Design different patterns for each of the segments of your pumpkin. Fill in designs and patterns for your other pumpkins. Using color pencils or crayons, create a background. I'm going to include trees. I'm using similar colors to color in the leaves of my trees to make it look more realistic. I'm smudging in tints and shades of green, darker and lighter colors of green, to make it look like there are bushes and trees in the background. I love the colors of the sunset with yellows and oranges, pinks and blues, so that's what I'm going to do for my sky. I'm going to use watercolor to paint in my pumpkins. Notice that along the lines where I drew the pumpkin, I'm using a darker color and then going to medium and light to create form or make it look 3D. I will be using greens, yellows, a little bit of blue, and a little bit of brown for my ground. If one color is wet as you apply another color on, it has a nice bleeding effect and it blends in together. I like mixing different medium together. For example, I'm going to use watercolors on top of my color pencil trees in the background to make the leaves stand out a little bit more. There you have it, a fall patterned pumpkin.